I have just completed a reading of the first novel of the ninth day of Il Decameron, the Decameron, by Giovanni Boccaccio. Now, that was originally composed in the 14th century, shortly after the Black Death, and so it was composed in the vernacular of that era in the Tuscan dialect of Italian as was spoken then. So for those of you who cannot read manuscripts written in 14th century Italian Tuscan, there are a number of translations of this delightful compendium of highly amusing stories. And I have found, however, that the modern translations tend to lack the, shall we say, the melodious nature of the original Italian. However, we are fortunate in that one of the earliest English translations was made in the early 17th century by John Florio, who also published several English to Italian dictionaries from that era. And he composed it in the wonderfully melodious English of that era. So you can actually read the Decameron in a Shakespearean style translation because it's contemporary with Shakespeare's plays. And there is actually, you can purchase a very nicely bound edition of this book. So here, I have a copy. I was very happy to find this. I got it for only $50. It's bound in leather, so it's in its proper binding with actual old-fashioned style book binding. Covered on the inside with fabric is this gorgeous, gorgeous title page. And this is actually a collector's edition from the Easton Press. And I believe that they published this in 1980. A bunch of these collector's editions were published. So look for the Easton Press edition of the Decameron. And it should definitely make sure that it is, on this one they actually do not credit John Florio with the translation, but, let's see, do they? No, but they do refer to the original author as John Boccaccio instead of Giovanni Boccaccio, which I find interesting and cheeky at the same time. So I can highly recommend this edition of the Decameron so that you get the full taste of an antiquated language and method of storytelling. As you can tell, if you go and watch a reading of the first novel of the ninth day, which you can click here and get that, then you can really get a much more lively feeling for these works, I think, than in a translation. So, my recommendation, Easton Press's collector's editions of the Decameron. I think I found this on Abe Books. You can find it through a number of other online used booksellers, or even, God forbid, real book vendors with real brick and mortar stores. Ooh, how very old school and hipster. This has been your edition of the Creative Quintessa's Book Corner. If you enjoyed today's little video, then please don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you wish to support my efforts more directly, please do become a patron on Patreon. Happy reading!